Welcome to a season-ending edition of 310 to Left, presented by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years, and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Tom Caron with you here at Fenway Park one more time. There will be no more baseball here at Fenway Park. Red Sox had hoped they would win this first-round series, go to Toronto, and bring the Blue Jays back here for Game 3, but they become the first team in this playoff format to win Game 1 of the best-of-3 wildcard series and not win the series. 15 for 15 teams that have won Game 1, but that comes to an end at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York, shutting out the Red Sox 4-0. They win the series 2-1. All 4 runs coming in the 4th inning for New York, and all coming on some sloppy defense from the Red Sox once again. They led the league in errors during the regular season. 2 errors in this final playoff game. Alex Cora spoke about it all after the game.
Alex?
I want to start, congratulating Booney, Cash, and the Yankees in advancing to the next round. It's a special organization, a good team, and wish them nothing but the best. With that.
Go ahead. I start here with Ian on the left.
Alex, just how tough was that the bottom of the 4th? Just Alex, just that bottom of the 4th inning, just how tough was that? Just the way it unfolded and the way it might have.
Yeah, we didn't play defense. The pop-up drops is a double. Then we walk. There's a walk, and they didn't hit the ball hard, but they found holes, and it just happened fast. The kid did a good job. He threw the ball well. Induced them to weak contact, but it just didn't happen for us tonight.
Okay. Sean?
Defense was an issue often throughout the season. At the start of the postseason, did you worry that could become kind of your fatal flaw and that something could happen like the 4th?
No. Especially with the outfield, no.
Next question. Far right, Joel?
Alex, I wonder what you think about the performance of their starter tonight.
We needed to be perfect tonight because he was perfect. I mean, the stuff is outstanding. He was under control. That was electric.
Next question. Okay, Pete, here on the left.
Alex, on that play, who should have taken charge of that ball, do you think?
I think Willie broke back, right, with the swing. Just somebody, right? They made that play. I think, with the swing, he didn't get a good jump, and he just landed there, But that's a play we make.
That inning obviously got out of hand on Connelly, but how do you think he pitched,
Pitched well.
Pitched
well.
Okay, Ron on the right.
It's good stuff. Just a few balls that went by, right? The Rosario and Volpe, but he made pitches, and he didn't get rattled, so it was good to see.
Good one.
Alex, how would you sum up the season? Tough early going, improved throughout the summer, yet disappointing ending?
I mean, we didn't finish the way we wanted, so that's not great. But, we'll sit down and reflect how the season went. We'll talk about it in the upcoming days, but as an organization, compared to other years, I think we took a step forward in certain areas. Like I always said, we're not a perfect team. We are a good team that needs to keep improving. And, let's see what the offseason brings. But I truly believe we're going to keep getting better.
Okay, we go to Jen, second row.
Kind of going off that, Alex, I know we've asked you a bunch of times about just the young guys here, the young core. Like, what did you see from that group and kind of what they might bring for the future of the club?
It's good. Last offseason, everybody talked about the position players, but we can pitch. All those kids that came up did a good job. Like I've been saying the last 2 weeks, they didn't come here just to get their feet wet like in the past, right? They came here to contribute, and I think as an organization, we're in a great place.
On the left, Tim.
How did the loss of Roman shape the last month for you guys?
Offensively, we know how capable he is, right? What he brings to the equation, the at-bat. But throughout the season, we lost a lot of guys, and we kept grinding, and I think the guys did an outstanding job battling and put us in a situation to win games.
Okay, next question. Back here to Ian on the left, first row.
Alex, after the game, was there any kind of message you relayed to the team, or is it kind of too soon for that? Or
Yeah, that I had a blast this year. Just like I said before, pulling for them, grinding with them. Me and my family really enjoyed this season. The last few years have been tough with the up and downs and where we were as an organization, but I think the front office has done an amazing job pushing forward in certain areas, and it was a fun season. It was. Obviously, we should feel the way we feel right now because we had bigger goals, but when we had time to reflect how we did things this year, this is what the Boston Red Sox are. It's a good group. It's a good group. They're really, they're fun. They're intense when they play. They really like each other. Probably the other 29 teams can say the same thing, right? But I had fun managing this team. It was great.
3:10 to left is presented by your New England Ford dealers who've been taking everyone out to the ball game at Fenway Park for decades. Catch Ford next time you're at Fenway, including in the Ford Clubhouse, a full-service bar perfect for bringing your lineup together and for recording our live edition of 3:10 to left. It's all brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. So there will be a lot of discussion in the coming days and weeks how you look at this season. 500 last year, a big improvement to 89 wins in 2025. They make the playoffs for the first time in 4 years and just the second time in the last 7 years. Had they eliminated the Yankees, I think there'd be no doubt that people would look at this as a successful season. But now, after losing the last two to their arch rivals, there will be plenty of dissension and plenty of work in the months ahead for the Red Sox to try to improve on this season. But that's a conversation for another day. Right now, the Red Sox still processing the series loss to New York.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience to go out there and, take the ball for this team. Proud of myself, and I think I battled out there. Some things didn't go my way, but they're a really good team over there, and that's what happens in baseball.
From the jump, did you feel like seeing what Slittler did early on that you had to be pretty locked in?
Going into it, I thought I had to be locked in. They're an extremely good team. We're an extremely good team. So, it was 1-1 and winner takes all. So, big game just in general.
How did you happen in the fourth? It felt like there was just a number of unfortunate circumstances.
I thought I executed some good pitches and some balls fell, and that's baseball. They did a really good job of putting the ball in play and making us work and making me work, making me make extra pitches, and they did a really good job.
How can an experience like this help you in your career moving forward?
Yeah, I think just getting this under my belt was huge. Obviously, the Red Sox trusted me to go out there with the ball in a winner-take-all game means a ton to me. So getting that under my belt and hopefully carrying that over in the next season and just working in the offseason to get a little bit better.
2 jumps in a couple of months to end your season. How would you define your 2025 year ending up in the place you are today?
Yeah, it was amazing. Hell of a year. Had a blast with every team I was with. And it's just a testament to how well the Red Sox have done with me and with so many other players. And I've just been blessed to, be around all the coaches, be around all the training staff and all the players as well.
Across the mound tonight, what impressed you about the way Cam Schittler found this moment?
Yeah, I think he did a phenomenal job. I'd seen him multiple times pitch in Double-A, and he was nails every time then. So watching him go out and throw the game that he did was really impressive.
What did you see on that play between you and Cedon in the fourth inning, the Bellinger double?
That was a tough play. It wasn't between us. We were we was playing very far, so we couldn't get there.
Did anybody call it?
It's hard to say because there's too loud, so we couldn't hear.
Did you call it?
Not really.
How tough was Schlittler playing
today?
Their pitcher. How tough was he?
Yeah, he was tough. He was in his day. I think he did a pretty good job. We couldn't make the adjustment, so it was a good game for him.
Coming off the injury, did you ever feel like yourself, did you ever have your timing the way that you wanted to have it?
I mean, I just was trying to do my best. It didn't went the way that I want, but I tried my best.
At any point, did you feel like you would collide with Zidane? A little bit. It seemed like you backed off a little bit once you saw him commit to it. Did you feel like you were going to collide with him?
A little bit. I just tried to see him where he's at because I know he's very aggressive in the outfield. So I just was trying to, get the ball in front of me or try to stay on the play.
How do you look at this season now that it's over, just for the whole team?
I think it was a very good season for us in general. I mean, we didn't finish the way that we want, but I know we're working hard to be here, and next year is going to be better.
How hard is it to just experience the sudden end of a season, right? When you're like thinking, when you're kind of anticipating moving deeper into the playoffs, having it just stop like this?
Yeah, it's hard for all of us because we know we had a good team and we couldn't go. We could go a little farther, but it is what it is, and we need to be better for next year.
Wilyer, a lot of the guys on this team hadn't experienced postseason baseball. How did the makeup of the clubhouse change the mentality as the season wore on and you guys were in a playoff spot, ultimately clinched, and got to a place that this franchise hasn't been in 4 years?
Yeah, it's kind of tough because a lot of us we didn't play like in the postseason before, but I think we did a good job. So just try to stay more focused for next year.
How did some of the veterans impact this clubhouse, bringing that championship mentality? Chapman knew this year, Bregman knew this year. Did you feel like they made a big impact off the field that enabled you guys to get back to the postseason?
Yeah, for sure. They've been huge for us, for the young guys, knowing how we had to play here. But like I say, we gotta do a better job next year.
Obviously, not accomplishing the goal that you guys set out for. How tough is this part of the year to end it on a way like this?
Yeah, it hurts. Such a love-hate with the postseason because there's only one winner. There's only one team at the end of the year that feels like they got it done. So to come this far and lose in the first round, it hurts.
Take us through that play, the ball that hopped away. Was it short hop, or what did you see there?
I don't know. I thought I could get to the short hop. I didn't. The between hop ate me up, and obviously runs cashed in, and we couldn't make up for it. So sucks to put in the work and then not make that play.
Sorry, we just got here from the press conference. Just the way Connelly was pitching for you guys not to be able to pick him up.
Yeah, he was going great, but unfortunately the guy on the other side was a lot better. So you got to tip your hat to a performance like that and keep it moving. But it should sting going into the winter, and you go back to work and get better for next spring.
What's Wilyer doing to make it so tough on you guys?
I had good fastballs going tonight. He was throwing a lot of strikes, and obviously we were amped up to try and, I felt like, do too much. And, he beat us.
Nathaniel, I think from the outside, a lot of people say young, exciting core got to the playoffs this year for the first time in 4 years. From the inside looking out, what makes this group unique that this can become a reality year after year?
Yeah, it feels the same way. You want to see the Red Sox in the mix every year, especially coming from the other side. So to get here is a really good step and a promising bright spot for this organization. And, we've got some young talent locked up and veteran talent locked up that's going to be here for a while and perform. But, this one still hurts.
Just obviously difficult right now. Understanding that you guys had the goal to go all the way here, but how tough was it to see the season ending the way it did tonight?
Yeah, sucks. Definitely sucks. hard to talk right now. Like I say, as a group, we had an amazing group here. Like everybody, like I always said in interviews, everybody was stick together. That's why we got at this point. You know what I mean? The whole season wasn't easy. A lot of ups and downs. We never lay down. We always back up. Hate this feeling, man. Hate this feeling. But at the same time, we got an amazing group. A lot of young guys. Of course, it's going to be an interesting off-season. But like I say, hate this feeling. Told the guys already that should remember this feeling. We cannot forget about this one because it sucks. This group is more than ready to do amazing things. So, like I say, like everything for the next season, for the World Series, the path for the World Series start tomorrow. So, like I said, tough to talk right now, but it is what it is, right?
Seeing a lot of hugs from everybody in the group, saying goodbye, and obviously showing disappointment. But to have made the playoffs this year, as hard as it is right now to think about, can you guys take some solace in being able to accomplish some things together this year?
Yeah, of course. Like a lot of guys in this room, like Connor and myself, should be proud of the season, how it went. But like I say, like 3 months ago, nobody put a penny on us. You know what I mean? So we make it through with some difficulties, whatever. But we make it through. We bring some happiness to the city. You know what I mean? But I mean, we fell short. It doesn't feel right, bro. Our goal, like, we had a really good first game here, and our goal was get out of here in 2, bring that position back in Fenway. Feel sucks that we didn't accomplish that.
How tough was Cam Schlittler tonight?
It's good, bro. Good fastball. He was mixing the forcing with the two-seam. The off-speed was outside the zone. We were expecting that one, but he was mixing a lot of sinkers. Used to be pretty much forcing fastball, but he makes a lot of two-seams. Even myself, I swung 2 times. The first round ball was thinking on the 4, and then the strikeout was thinking on the 4 and threw me two-seam with 2 strikes. So it was amazing. Like, good fastball. Like I say, like he put amazing job out there.
What you think about the job that Connelly Early did?
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Young kid, like I say, electric. A lot of good pitches, bro. That inning was a little tough. You know what I mean? We're facing really good offensive. He was seeing him at the 3rd time. So, like I say, that kid should feel proud too. Like, this place was rocking, and he showed up really good, bro. He showed up like a guy who was doing this for a long time. So, like I say, tough inning, really good offensive over there, but amazing job by him.
How hard was it to watch that inning unfold that way? Because he was executing a lot of pitches, right? It was like bad contact on a number of those balls.
Yeah, bro, like I say, like those ground ball found some gaps, the fly ball found some grass. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? If we were facing a really good pitcher over there, if we hit a little bit, if we catching a little bit in the middle of the game, probably different story at the end. But we didn't. Like I say, it sucks right now. Difficult to talk, but like I say, it was a good baseball overall whole year.
It's tough, obviously, to talk now, but the promise of this young team, and a lot of guys emerged this year. You know, Roman, Marcelo, all the way through you guys. How much promise is there for the future of this franchise and what you guys were able to do this year?
Yeah, a lot, bro. Like I say, like 3 months ago, nobody put a penny on us, and we make it through into the postseason. A lot of young guys. This group is amazing. We're hungry. You know what I mean? We wanted to win, and we shouldn't forget about this feeling because it sucks. So, like I say, off season and the path to the World Series next year start tomorrow. So we gotta get locked in. We gotta get good off season. Like I say, it's gonna be interesting off season. Hopefully, our guys get back. You know what I mean? But like I say, this group is amazing. I'm 100% sure like this group is up to big things.
How much did the stretch run help you guys, and then being in this environment and getting a taste of postseason play as a group?
Great, bro. But like I said, we had a really good first game. we didn't make it through the last two. We really want to get that position back in Fenway. Feel sucks that we didn't have the chance. But like I said, we shouldn't forget about this feeling. We got to taste a little bit. I think we got a really good chance. We didn't execute last two games. It's the reality of it. We were facing really good pitchers over there. So, like I said, we shouldn't forget about this feeling because, well, believe me, it feels really bad. But like I said, we got to get ready for the next year, and this group is amazing.
Individually, you established yourself as a #1 catcher. Defensively, you were at the top of your position across the league. Offensively, you had a breakout season. Why do you think that was the case, and how satisfied are you with your production, both offensively and defensively, this year in your first full year in the bigs?
Yeah, at some point, of course, I should be proud, right, a little bit. But like I said, bro, at this point, I cannot think that way. It's like Phil sucks. We really wanted this position. We thought we got a really good chance. So yeah, and the personal side should be proud. Like, it was crazy year, of course. Like, was in the spring training trying to get a job. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. I started the year up here, and you know what I mean. Everything happened. Like I said, should be proud on that side, but at the same time, Phil sucks. So it's tough to talk right now.
Each group is different year by year, but what will you remember most when you look back on this team?
Bro, the joy we got together, to be honest. The joy we got together is really fun competing with these guys. Like, we're warriors, bro. Like I said, Phil sucks. We didn't make it through in these last two, but it's really, really fun being around these guys. Like, we really enjoy every game, you know what I mean? Like, we're really together every road trip, every game at home, you know what I mean? Like, I think the city of Boston, those games at Fenway, like, probably the best thing that I've been living so far. Cannot describe the feeling, bro. The energy. I got a really good memories. Like I say, we were waiting to get back the position in Fenway. Like, we were like super happy about it. Like I say, so bad feeling. We didn't make it through, but like. A lot of good memories, a lot of things to work on. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough to say. It sounds cliche, but we gotta get our head up. And like I said, bro, this young group is up to big things, and the path to the World Series next year starts tomorrow. So,
losing in New York is difficult. Losing to the Yankees 2 straight nights is the kind of stuff that will give Red Sox fan nightmares for a long time to come. Alex Cora had been 5-0 as manager of the Red Sox in potential clinching games. Now he has lost 2 in a row, and his young team will come together and try to build on that. That's the excitement for Red Sox fans, that this is the beginning of what the Red Sox think will be their next great era of baseball in Boston. There are a lot of injuries. Those players should come back, notably Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, pitchers like Cutter Crawford, who were lost to the season. But for now, to a man, the Red Sox and the Yankees visiting clubhouse, just trying to get through what had happened over the last couple of days before they can think about the future.
With as together as this group has been all year, how tough is this moment for you guys right now?
I mean, it's pretty tough. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it just sucks. I mean, I thought we were a pretty close group. You know, we get each other's back all the time. It's just a tough loss.
How tough was that guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a really good pitcher. We haven't seen him all year, and he was just able to locate and pitch really good.
The end of this season, obviously, it feels a lot tougher than others just because of how far you've come compared to the others.
I don't know. I think that's just something I'm just going to sit back and reflect on and see how it is.
How do you kind of feel the season went once you came back from your injury?
復帰してから今日までいかがでしたか？
なかなかこうチームに貢献できない、日々を過ごしたかなと、今年1年振り返る。
Yeah, there are certainly a period of time I couldn't really contribute to the team, so in that sense, it's kind of regrettable.
And what do you think will be the focus of the offseason, for you to get ready for next year?
来年に向けてオフシーズンに入るにあたってフォーカスは何になってますか？
まずは一覧コンディショニングというのをしっかり整えて、もう一度やっぱ信頼を勝ち取れるような、
選手でいたいと思います。
I think the most important thing is to get my body ready, right? And just going to the next spring training, I got to earn the trust again from the manager, and yeah.
When you say you need to earn the trust of the manager, why do you say that?
なんでこうまた信頼を勝ち取らなくちゃいけないって言うんですか？
まあ現状やっぱりね、1年間今フルで戦ったメンバーと同じようなステージに行かないといけないかなと思ってます。はい、
I think compared to other guys who are on the roster for the whole year, right? Play through the whole year. I'm not there yet, so I gotta catch up to them.
You spent a lot of the season trying to work your way back from injury. How are you feeling now?
まあね、今年1年怪我と戦いながら復帰してからの体的にはどうでしょうか？
なかなか思うようにいかないこともありながら、本当にチームのサポートスタッフの皆さんのおかげでこうして立てて、このオフしっかり自分で見つめ直して、もう一度強い姿で帰ってこれると思ってます。
Yeah, there are a lot of things that kind of didn't go my way, right? But I'm really thankful to every one of the support staff, medical staff, everybody in the clubhouse for kind of putting up with me throughout the year. So just next year, I just want to come back stronger than ever and just get ready for the next season.
Will this be a normal off season for you?
今年のオフシーズンは普通に過ごせますかねと。
そうですね。去年とはまた違うオフになると思うので、はい。
Yeah, I would say so. It's going to be different from the last offseason.
And how helpful do you think that will be?
こうやって普通のねオフシーズンを過ごせることってどれだけ来年に向けていいと思いますか？
課題をしっかり見つめ直して、やっぱ全てにおいて強くレベルアップするってことは大事かなと思います。
Yeah, I can certainly work on things that I need to work on, right? So in that sense, it's going to be a pretty good offseason.
Are you hoping to play for the WBC team?
まだ具体的な話っていうのはないので、今のところはまだコメントはできないですけど、本当に、今のところはちょっとコメントできない。
There hasn't been any talks about it yet. I haven't talked to anybody about it, so as of now, I can't really comment on that.
When you look back at this series and how close and competitive it was, do you feel like the Jazz keeping the ball in the infield last night could have been the turning point?
このシリーズ振り返ってみて、昨日のねジャズのね抜けそうなとこ取られたの、あそこがターニングポイントになったと思いますか？
どうですかね。彼もどうなんですかね。必死のプレーだったですし、みんな精一杯したプレーの中で一つのプレーだったっていうところじゃないですか。
I'm not sure if he was a turning point. He made a great play out there, and kind of everybody, did their own job, right? So I'm not sure if this was the turning point.
Yeah, tough. Obviously, not the way you want to end the season. Simple as that.
What makes Schlittler so good tonight?
Yeah, he's got really good stuff. First time seeing him, and seemed like he had his A stuff, so made it tough on us, and obviously we didn't make the right adjustments.
Trevor, how would you just characterize this season as a team, and is it a success in your book?
I mean, there's a lot of things that you can be proud of in this season, from team-wise and from a personal standpoint for each guy in here. So obviously didn't end the way we wanted. We had an ultimate goal. We didn't get that done. So in that way, not a success, but this one stings, man. And obviously doing it here, against them, it stings for sure.
Watching Connelly out there tonight, is it tough to see a young guy who's battling hard in this environment to have a ball fall in the outfield, and a couple seeing eye singles go through? Like, you feel for a guy like that who's given it his all in just his fifth major league start?
Yeah, he looked great. And, I thought he looked great. He did. He was very poised. He was making a lot of good pitches with some weak contact that kind of fell, to cause some traffic, like you said. And yeah, I think, every time the ball hits the outfield, we feel like it's going to get caught. And, that just didn't happen that time.
What can you learn as a group, take from this? Obviously it stings, it hurts here, but overall the stretch run and then getting here and experiencing this type of postseason, what can you learn as a group going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of experience for young guys, and
veteran guys too. That's hard to find. And, like I said, I think it's, a building block for what we want to do in the years to come. Something we can certainly build on and call back on and, do it better next time.
Trevor, kind of the flip side of that, what do you think these 3 games taught you about what this team needs to do to get better?
Kind of too early to say right now. Just fresh in the moment, trying to, gather all the thoughts. So, can't really answer that one right now for you.
How much, you referred to, you guys as becoming scrappy, right? Like, how much did that have to change over these last couple of weeks? How much did you feel like, you were kind of inventing ways to win, especially after Roman's injury?
Yeah, injuries are a part of the game, and the game goes on. So we have a job to do, and like I said, we find ways to try to win each night. And it felt like for a while it was with scrappiness, with hustle, steals, first to thirds. And it was a big part of our game, and it always has been. And I think it's a sign of a good team, a good organization, where you can find different ways to win.
Alex Bregman was talking about kind of leading into the rain of some of this, and you see it as motivation. Do you feel that as well, that this can be a building block, and the feelings that right now can help the team move forward?
Yeah, I think so. Guys should feel this way because we have high expectations of ourselves, and we know what we can do. We know the type of team, the type of talent that we have. Obviously didn't get it done, so yeah, it's something that's gonna, it's not gonna sit well with us in the winter, and I'll be thinking about it a lot. That's for sure.
Obviously, this is not top of mind right now, but you do have an opt-out. Do you intend to be back with this team next year?
Yeah, like you said, it's not at the top of mind. I'm not going to speak on that right now, but I came here to be here for a long time.
Trevor, how tough was their pitcher tonight?
Yeah, he was good. Obviously, really good fastball, a couple of fastballs, and just kept us off balance enough. Simple as that.
The mindset of a team going into a season to try to make the playoffs that hadn't been there in 4 years with a young core, how much satisfaction do you take as part of the leadership group that was able to get this team over the hump and give the fans some playoff baseball once again?
Yeah, that was one of our goals for sure, and we accomplished that. Obviously not the final goal or the big one that we wanted to end up checking off the list, but feels like we took a step this season in the right way from all different aspects of our organization. So, like I said, there's a lot to be proud of this year, and something we can build on.
And to do that here in Boston, a lot of players have said Boston's different than anywhere else. When especially that electricity in the crowd. You guys experienced that this year. How much does it say I want more of this as a ball player?
Yeah, this is what I chose to come here to Boston for, is to play in atmospheres like that, and Boston showed up for us all year. Fans were electric, especially down the stretch, and even all year. They're there rooting us on every single night with that type of atmosphere, man. And they want it. They're hungry for it, and we gave them a little taste. Obviously, we didn't get to do it at home, but job's not done. Obviously we'll think about this in the offseason and think about what we need to do better.
When you reflect on this season, what are going to be the first things that come to mind?
I think we took a lot of guys took a step forward. Proud of my teammates, proud of our coaches, our organization. I think that's what I'm proud of, is that we had a clear plan, and we did a lot of those things that we wanted to do. And individually, team-wise, there's a lot of good that happened during the season. And I think the biggest thing, though, is kind of like AC has said, my joy for the game definitely came back this year, and obviously being through a lot the last few years. This was the most fun I've had playing baseball.
You're at the finish line, just being healthy, playing as much as you did. Career renaissance on that. You touched on it, but how much does that mean?
It means a lot, because there's been a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that people don't see, and a lot of people
that have helped me get to where I'm at right now. And, you know, without them, without, you know, my faith, without a lot of work, it wouldn't be possible. So just thankful to those people. And, you know, in that sense, I'm proud.
3:10 to left is presented by your New England Ford dealers, who've been taking everyone out to the ball game at Fenway Park for decades. Catch Ford next time you're at Fenway, including in the Ford Clubhouse, a full-service bar perfect for bringing your lineup together and for recording our live edition of 3:10 to left. It's all brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
You've been through a lot of these, you know, end of season, the way they end so abruptly. How tough is it, given how close this group was?
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, most of all, it's just awkward, man. You know, everyone's feeling better, but individually there were a lot of good seasons that happened in this room, so, you know, that's praise that needs to be shared, but, you know, ultimately as a group, we're all pretty bitter. I think most of us are going to be watching the World Series here in 3 weeks, you know, wishing it was us, thinking that it should have been us, but it ended the way it did, and ultimately we had a lot of young guys gather some really valuable experience.
Bregman was mentioning that you want to kind of soak all this in and use it as motivation moving forward. Did you see that as well, and do you sense that from you?
Yeah, it's too early to feel that right now. You know, it's the season coming to an end when you don't expect it to. It kind of slaps you in the face, but yeah, I mean, I thought that Early threw the ball great tonight, man. Some CNI singles, some balls that landed just where people weren't that, you know, you could say were mishit. I'd say they were mishit. You know, ultimately I feel like it was the biggest start of his life, and he looked great out there. You know, totally put up a 0 in his postseason outing. I think that we were asking a lot of some really young guys with, you know, little major league service time to compete in the postseason at a really high level and in a really hostile environment. And ultimately, they answered the call. You know, I've got a lot of belief that those guys are going to continue to contribute to the direction that this team's going.
So, if the expectation had been, if the belief is that you could have made it to the World Series, what do you think did not allow that to happen?
You know, ultimately we ran into a tough team. You know, I'm sure that they have the same belief over there, and you know, they had a guy that threw the ball tonight that none of us had seen before, and you know, frankly, probably just had the best start of his life. I mean, it was electric from start to finish, and you know, in moments like that when the guy's throwing 4+ pitches right where he wants to, there's not a whole lot you can do, to be honest. You know, ultimately, they executed better than we did this series. That's all it is.
You talked about just, that young core, and even with guys that aren't even here, like Roman and Marcelo, like, what does it just say about the future of the club, even though, you know, in the moment right now it stings, but...
Yeah, I think that, it gives us a lot to look forward to. Sucks to say right now that, you know, we're looking forward. But ultimately, that's our realities. That's the only way that we're going to move. You know, right now it's, you know, kind of that so what next pitch mentality, and you know, next pitch for us is in five months. So, you know, everybody in this room has a lot to reflect on, and you know, ultimately get to work.
When you reflect on the 2025 season, what are the first things that come to mind for the group and also for you personally?
Yeah. I mean, first season wearing the Red Sox uni, of many to come. You know, I felt like I grew a big attachment to the fan base, to the coaching staff, and all my teammates here. You know, really enjoyed it and really wore the uniform with pride, and can't wait to do it again next year.
Were you? What did you have? What could you have done out of the bullpen today?
Who's to say? Just because the situation never really arose and my name wasn't called, but just willing to do whatever it took. You know, I think that was the general theme coming into today. You know, for all 26 men, was whatever it takes. You know, I'll be that guy if you guys need me to. You know, Bayo was down there with me. We were all just willing to sacrifice everything if it meant the betterment for the team.
You mentioned some of the young guys making their first postseason appearances. You're one of those guys. What did you learn about yourself?
It wasn't my first postseason appearance.
Right, it was.
Yeah. I didn't learn anything I didn't already know. Coming off the heels of a good year, I went into that game with confidence and just executed to the best of my ability. Just try to put the team in a position to win as best as possible.
What is the significance of the team retaining Alex Bregman this offseason?
Yeah, I think that would be huge, and obviously he was a big boost to the team this year. I think everyone's got nothing but positive things to say about him as a teammate. That's out of my control, regardless of where he ends up. I hope it's with us, but that's a guy that I'll root on for the rest of his career.
Well, at least you guys go on this journey that starts really way back in February. How tough is it to see it end like this tonight?
Definitely tough. Like you said, started back in February in spring training. Set out on a goal. We didn't get there this year, but proud of the fight in the room all year long. I feel like our team got better and better every step of the way, and the future's bright. Obviously, this sucks right now. This is brutal. We envisioned winning tonight and making a deep run, but proud of the fight in the room, proud of the guys. It was an honor to put on this jersey.
How tough was Cam Schlittler tonight?
Definitely tough. Electric stuff. We just didn't do enough off of him.
How hard are these, it seemed like you guys were in a great rhythm, then the last couple of weeks seemed like it was a lot of grinding. How hard was it to kind of figure out how to make the pieces fit the right way down the stretch?
Not hard. We just didn't get the job done tonight.
You talked about your messages throughout the year. When this happens, what's the message to the team?
Just proud of the fight in the room, proud of the guys for fighting all year. Remember this feeling because it sucks. You don't want to feel it. Take it into your off season, continue to get better. I think you can look around the room and say that every single player in this locker room got better as the year went on, and there's no steps back now. It's only steps forward.
Alex, you said a bright future with a young group. Is this a clubhouse you could envision being a part of if both sides can come to an agreement?
Of course. Not even thinking about that at all right now. I'm thinking about the game that just happened.
In terms of what did you see from early, after the dominance early, and then obviously at the inning, it was a strange inning as it unfolded.
I thought Connelly was awesome tonight. I thought that he attacked the zone. He's going to have an extremely bright future. Going to be a really, really great pitcher in this game. Thought there was a blooper that started the inning and some kind of seeing eye ground balls after that. But other than that, he threw really, really well, and I'm super proud of him. And definitely, the moment was definitely not too big for him.
Obviously, it's a very difficult moment, but do you look at this year as a season of accomplishment, for this group making the playoffs for the first time in 4 years? And as you mentioned, it seemed like everybody got better that first year.
I think that winning the World Series is what we set out to do.
Alex, when you talked about future not being on your mind, so excuse the question, but with that decision coming in the next month, what are the next few weeks hold for you in terms of that, thinking about it?
I'm going to think about this game and the guys in the room and start my off season and get after it and become a better baseball player.
Physically, how are you feeling going into off season?
Good. Feeling good.
Thanks for staying with us throughout the regular season, but we're not done. 3:10 to left. We'll continue. Next week, we'll be back. We'll wrap up the season, talk to key members of the front office, and shift into our off-season coverage. It's about 5 months till pitchers and catchers report to Fort Myers. We were hoping that this run would continue a little bit longer, but it ends in New York. Back-to-back losses, games 2 and 3. A 1-run loss in game 2, a 4-0 shutout. Cam Schlittler was outstanding for the Yankees. Connelly Early was good for the Sox until the defense let him down. For all of us here at Nesson, I'm Tom Caron. Thanks for watching this edition of 310 to Left. Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. We'll see you again next time.